Hi everyone, my name is Cherry and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a normal everyday makeup look for women over 40. I am 42, so that is why I'm saying that, and I have to say one of the beauties of getting older is that you get more and more comfortable in your skin. So that is something I am grateful for. One of the reasons why I decided to do this makeup tutorial today was a few things. I got some new makeup I wanted to test out. I wanted to test out my lighting, and I am running some errands, including going to the dentist. So anyways, let's get started. I'm going to start off with a primer like always, and I'm only gonna do it in the areas where I want my pores to be blurred and my makeup to last longer. So for me today, that is going to be right here where my pores are larger and under my eyes where I really don't want my concealer to crease, and on my forehead where I get extra dry, so I want my makeup to go on a lot smoother than if I were to have skipped that. I do like to avoid my chin area. I don't want to put too much product on there because I'm very acne prone. I feel like the more layers I put on, the more I am prone to getting some blemishes. All right, next I am going to do a BB cream, and I am going to just put it on with my fingers. This is Gibson Girl BB cream in neutral. It is very lightweight and gives me enough coverage for when I'm running errands, and it does have natural SPF ingredients in it. All right, now that we have our even complexion, I'm moving right along to an under eye brightener. I'm also going to be using this as an eyelid primer. I like the consistency of it. It's a very creamy, and it doesn't settle in or accentuate fine lines, which, you know, that's always a plus. I feel like sometimes if you use an actual primer, it's a little matte, and I can't apply the rest of my makeup like I want to. This is one of my favorite products I just recently got. It's an Amazon find. It was $7 and it's called Catrice, and I will put everything I'm using in the description, so if you're interested, there's a link for it. So really, you can use your fingers, or if you're in a hurry, pick up your favorite brush, but if you really want it to last and get more coverage, using your fingers is always the best option. You can use it to cancel out any redness around your nose. They also make a tan formula to cancel out dark circles instead of brightening. I have not tried that one yet, but they do make one. If you're worried more about dark circles, I would recommend this brand, at least trying it out. All right, so next I'm not gonna do a ton on eyeshadow, but I am gonna do a little base of a fleshy colored, something lighter than my skin tone. And this is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam 2 palette. I was gonna get the bigger one, but honestly, I didn't need all the other colors, so this one was perfect for somebody who's more minimalist. So anyways, I'm just gonna use this color right here, and I'm gonna stamp it on my lower lid. And this is gonna help with the brightening as well. For me, I like to have my eyes look as bright and wide awake as possible. And because I have that other brightening effect underneath it, the other brightening product, it kind of makes it even more bright. So just stamping it in. All right, I don't really want to do much more than that. I just wanted to give myself a nice little fleshy base. I just wanted to give myself a base to give myself a little bit more of a brightening effect. Now I'm gonna go to this RMS. It is technically a blush, but for me, it's a blush and it's a bronzer and it's an eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this as my eyeshadow color, but we're not gonna use a ton. We're just going to create a light wash. And I'm gonna tap it in above my lighter color that I have on my lower lid. And I always tap. I don't really ever swipe or sweep. I mean, sweep is fine. Lightly sweeping is totally fine. Just make sure you're not aggressive with your sweeping. But tapping is always better because you can get a minimal effect and then layer as you need. And I'm going to bring it down and mix it with this lighter color on my lower lid, just from the outer corner into the middle. It is a gorgeous color. I have 4 of these little palettes, and this one is by far my favorite. I'm pretty sure they come out, they have their own bronzer line too, but I mean, like, why do you need multiples when one of the products can do both? At least for my skin tone. And of course, when you're detailing, let's go ahead and go up for our lifted effect, as always with any products. Another rule of thumb, of course, if you want more pigment, stamp it in with your finger. All right, that's all the eyeshadow for today. Now I'm going to just soften it with a clean, fluffy brush, and I am sweeping very gently just to kind of blend out anything that might not have settled in. All right, moving along. Brows next. Nothing crazy. I got mine tattooed on, so I don't need to spend a ton of time, but I do want to define them because brow tattoo could only do so much for you. And this little guy, it is a skinny brow pencil. It is very fine tipped and does a wonderful job of making your life super easy. And you can define up your underneath. You can do little hair strokes, whatever your heart desires. Accentuate your arch, which is what I like to do. Drag it down. Super forgiving. Just blend it with your finger. You can use the spoolie to kind of soften it out as well. Also too, I am testing out my lighting. I know I said that already, so I'm very curious if anybody thinks that my lighting is too bright or too dim. Let me know, put it in the comments below. I'm trying to make adjustments with each video. I want to make sure the makeup looks like how I'm applying it, because a lot of times I feel like I have to apply way more than I would normally for the camera to pick it up. So I would appreciate that. Thanks. I love testing out products, so I'm constantly testing out products. So sometimes even if it's like a low-key day, I want to test something out, I will. I would do something maybe that I wouldn't normally do. Next, I'm going to be giving my eyes some definition with this dark chocolate waterproof eyeliner by Gibson Girl. I'm just going to lift up my eyes very gently and wiggle it in my lash line. I don't need to be too dramatic because I'm not really doing anything but running errands today. So that's really all I need, all I want. But you see how that kind of gave me a little bit more definition. All right, so before I test out the two products that I'm so excited to try today, which are the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye and this new Camo Liquid Blush by e.l.f., I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara so that can set. Therefore, I can put on my concealer so I don't have to worry about my mascara, you know, getting it, yeah. So I don't have to worry about my mascara falling on my concealer and then having to take it off. Anyways, so I'm using this Wet n Wild eyelash curler. It's like $3. I'm telling you, I say it in all my videos. It's worth the splurge. Now you're like, how could a $3 eyelash curler be so great? But 33,000 people on Amazon said so. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the mascara of the moment. I am always testing out new mascaras that I've used in the past, and this is the MAC 3D Lash, and I love it again. Always 2 coats. I recently did a video, no mascara bold lip makeup look, which is a fall trend right now. And I mean, for the look, it looked pretty good, but I am a mascara junkie, so I'm not sure I would do that on a regular basis, but I was getting over a sty, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity to try out the trend. So if you want to check out that video, I will put it somewhere in the description and at the end so you can check it out. Tell me if that's something that you would do. But if you're like me and you are just a mascara junkie, it might not be your thing. If you want your lashes to not fall, I recommend hitting them with a little mini fan real quick. You could use your blow dryer, but that might be a little aggressive. All right, let's go ahead and test out this liquid blush, Camo Liquid Blush. This is shade Dusty Rose, and they had so many to choose from. I should have just bought a few shades, but I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, so if I end up liking it, the shades are endless. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and test it out. All right, this is the makeup brush they recommended going along with it. It's by e.l.f. as well, and it is the liquid blush brush. I know e.l.f. is all over the place right now. Their products are becoming very popular. So far, this is a very pigmented blush. It's actually very pretty, but it's a lot. I might not have needed to put so much on right away. So far, I really like this. And I just realized I got so excited about testing out this blush that I forgot to put my concealer on. I like to put my concealer on first, then I can blend this in. So, whoa, that is cheeky. Whoa. But anyways, I'm gonna still figure it out because we do that. We make mistakes. So I'm gonna put on my concealer after my blush, figure it out. Well, with blush, you know, you're allowed to put a lot on because it does disappear. And this color is nice. It's kind of spreading and looking good on my forehead as well. Definitely a little cheeky for me, but that's okay because I'm not done with setting it and I'm not done with my concealer. So I'm assuming it's going to kind of disappear a little bit. But I like this color, Dusty Rose. It's a good one. It's nice and bright. I don't know why they would call it dusty because it's not a really subdued color. It's more of a peachy color to me. All right, so we'll come back to the blush to fine tune it, but I'm really excited about this. A little story about this and why I chose this. I was in Ulta for like an hour testing out all the different concealers. I wanted to try something with a little bit more coverage that still had a radiant finish because I have very dry skin. And after testing out like 3 or 4 that I had in my hand, I had them all over my face and on my hand. This older lady who was probably in her 70s, 80s, actually probably like 80s, maybe even early 90s. And she was so cute and so sweet. And she was asking me about, you know, what concealers I use and how I apply them. And then she told me that she highly recommended this specific concealer. And I was like, well, if this lady in her 80s and 90s is wearing it and she looks great, it must be good. So let's give it a try. I did like the way it felt on my hand at the time. I have not tried it on my eyes yet. So let's try it out. So this is shade Light Buff, and they were out of a bunch of other shades. So I figured this was close enough to my skin tone that it would work for me. It is a very thick, it feels good though. It's definitely a lot thicker than my normal concealer. So let's try it out. I'm going to put it in where I would in my circles under here. And that little bit goes a long way. So I barely touched the little circle swatch on my hand. And I'm gonna actually do a combination of my blending it in with my fingers and a concealer brush. This is a fluffy concealer brush by Yummy Face. And because I have a lot of product on there, I feel like this will help kind of like take some of the excess off, and then I can go in and soften it with my fingers. It is blending in really nice. And like I said, a little bit goes a long way. If you are somebody who wants a little more coverage, definitely recommend it. So far, obviously I have to give it the wear test, but I'm liking the way it's applying, especially since I was looking for something with a little bit more coverage, and this is doing it. All right, now I'm gonna soften it. Now I'm gonna kind of use my beauty blender and blend it in. All right, so far, my first thoughts on this are I really like it. I was wanting a concealer that was for somebody who wanted natural looking skin that wasn't matte at all. I am not a fan of matte or mattifying products. Wow, that is so a little tiny bit goes the longest way ever. I still have a decent amount of makeup on my hand. And I do have to say the color I chose, I think it works pretty well with my skin tone. And I can imagine that this product is going to last me forever. But it is melting into my skin really, really nicely. Of course, we're going up, we're giving ourselves an eye lift. It is super dewy. I love the way my skin still looks like my normal skin. And that really brightened it up. Like, wow. The combination of the under eye brightener with that. I would like to test this out without that. You might not need the under eye brightener. All right, so I have to go back with my blush because I just now went over it with my concealer, and now I know that a little bit goes a long way with this. I'm not even gonna dip it back in. I'm just going to use whatever's left over and just hit it in. And now this time I'm just gonna use my Beauty Blender. Now, of course, you know, this is just to make sure that I'm not left with a crazy under eye, bright under eye. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest, I don't normally spend this much time on my everyday low-key makeup, but testing new products out, you gotta be a little bit more patient, I guess, just to see how they really work. And that already took away like the bulkiness, the bulk of the blush that was kind of so out there. And now I kind of want to put more on, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I want to look like a crazy person walking around the dentist with like all the blush. All right, now we're going to set this makeup. I don't really feel like I need any bronzer after that. Kind of gave me enough color on my forehead. And now we are using this invisible setting powder. Gibson Girl, the one and only that I like to use, and is very, very lightweight. And just a little bit of dabbing in, blotting out any extra concealer. Look how blurring that is. I have no problem with my forehead getting shiny or oily, but I'm running errands today. So I'm just going to dust right here. Okay, it's a little bit on my forehead, but not much, just a little bit. Live in Charleston, South Carolina, so even in November, it's very humid at this point. All right, so lastly, we're gonna be doing lips, and I'm gonna stick with a lip liner and a lip gloss today. Something in the nude family. My ultimate favorite lip liner at the moment is Huda Beauty shade Pinky Brown. And yes, I'm going to the dentist, but I will be running errands before that. So I can take this off before I go. And it's not like a super duper crazy long wearing lip combo, so it will come off easy. Overline in my favorite areas. Bring up a little bit, rubbing it in. All right, there she is. Now we're gonna be topping it off with this Gibson Girl Nearly Naked lip gloss. Very thick, very shiny, highly pigmented, but since it's a nude, there ain't like a whole lot of pigment going on. Even when the lip gloss wears off and I have a little bit of lip liner on, it still looks nice. You don't have to worry about your lip liner like peeking through and looking like a crazy person, but. All right, guys, this is my everyday makeup look when I'm trying out new products. Let me know in the comments below if there's any products you think I should try, any of the different liquid blushes by e.l.f. or the contour bronzing creams by them too. There was too many, I didn't know which ones to try, so I would love your opinion. Go ahead and show you what I'm wearing today to run errands. It's just a little Lululemon pants and a little workout top that I'll be throwing over a giant oversized button up with. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. Do not forget to subscribe for more beauty tips. And I'll see you in the next one.